I've come to realize that I'm not a girl. What?
I'm not even a girl. I'm a pterodactyl.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. Today we're diving into r/LegbeardStories. Ooh, I thought about doing back-to-back like Baby Beard and then Unfortunate Nookie, because we're caught up with most of our series at the moment. We still got, 8 or 9 parts of Unfortunate Nookie to go. It is going to get darker before it gets lighter, I do suppose. But in the last episode, Naruto Headband did get kicked out. So I don't know, maybe we're winning in some form or fashion. I guess we'll just jump in, see what it got today. Don't forget to check out Date and Dies. That's my creepypasta channel. We're doing big things over there. And of course, the snowman video from yesterday was absolutely epic. People seem to love it, so I'm glad to get that into the shuffle as well. Anywho, let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Legbeard Stories cringe. Unfortunate Nookie, Part 25. Hormones made me do it. Yeah, I guess that happens from time to time. Usually around the age of 12 or 13. But once you hit that midlife crisis, bit of that menopause, I guess any sort of hormone imbalance can have some unpredictable results. And when you add unpredictable results to the already unpredictable fortune Nookie, good God. Welcome, one and all. Hi, user that green bear. Greenie, we just call it Greenie. To the ride that feels like it never ends. 'Tis finally the time to yeet Unfortunate Nookie once and for all. But why does the story continue for 8 parts after the supposed end? Well, because you'll see. Okay. All right, I'm ready for it. Not safe for work warnings, of course. Leg and neckbeards are gross, and this story is no exception. You have been warned. Things get ridiculously heavy in this saga. Feel free to nope out whenever you need to. Ain't no shame in that. Are you new to this saga? Well, you're in the wrong place. I recommend checking out the Unfortunate Nookie playlist by ReddX down in the description. Last part before that one was here. Next part is over here. Yeah. Although I don't suppose that applies to people that are actually watching the video. I mean, the playlist, it's got it all. You know what comes next. At least if it's up. We've also got the cast. Just 2 people in the cast list today. Unfortunate Nookie, the Legbeard of the hour, helped me so well with my job in the reptile house that she ended up stealing that job from me, to help me with all my stress. She's just so kind. OP's just a big meanie who doesn't understand how well-meaning she truly is. She's underweight, pale in a way where her veins show through her skin, which was exceptionally dry, by the way. She wears smelly gothic Lolita combined with anime merch. She also has that undead stank in her mouth. Big glasses, fitting curly red hair, thanks to those €3 dyes that she loved to use. Also, cue up that Pokemon transformation music. Oh, is she evolving? Press B. This is terrible. I don't need any of that. I guess, again, on the thumbnail art, I didn't do very well with describing Unfortunate Nookie. I kind of let Darkly take the reins. I'm like, all right, what do you think of this? I guess she does look kind of, sort of underweight in the thumbnail, except for the boobas. We've also got Greenie, that's our OP. Starting to reach my limit. Finally have some support from other people, and it was all I needed to finally start pushing back. So thanks, big shout out to Buddha, Mimic, and Fabulous Peacock. There is no Naruto Headband this time around. We should all be so lucky. He's been put into the corner of shame to think about what he done. And what he done is done goofed. Consequences will never be the same.
Consequences will never be the same. You lying bunch of pricks.
He messaged OP sweet nothings constantly, though. Just a constant barrage of, baby, come back. Ooh, you can blame it all on me. At least until I'm back in, and then I'll blame it back on you. That's not a very good song, but it is what it is. And he also said, I'm so sorry. I totes my goats understand the error of my ways. Now please give me a chance to prove it to you. Woo. Oh, God. You getting the cringe in so early. Even in the cast list, there is just a sprinkling of cringe. Good job. Anyone want to take bets if he finally somehow manages to get it after 7 years of not getting it? No? I mean, if you're betting against me, that's easy money. He definitely doesn't get it, and he never will. We also got the Valley, the local insane asylum. Oh yes, we are bringing it back for that long since planted oof. Now, let's break a leg, Beard. I see what you did there. But first, the recap. Where last we left off, Unfortunate and Naruto Headband did not notice, and I would even be so bold as to suggest did not even care that I was cutting myself because neither of them listened to me or looked at me. Not when we both lived together, and not after Unfortunate finally left. Not when the damage was right in front of them. Buddha, who never saw me, and Mimic, who only saw me once in passing, picked up on my distress instantly though. Mimic helped me confront Naruto Headband, who continued to be extremely put upon by me not being happy, and I finally threw him out. That's right, go play Monster Hunter World in your car, you loser. I mean, like I said, it's a pretty good game. I play Monster Hunter every once in a while, but it's pausable. If your fiance's coming to you saying, hey, I'm pretty miserable, you don't just keep playing. Pause that shit. Have a conversation. Of course, I think he's kind of, incapable of real emotion or anything like that. He's a narcissist. He's a sociopath through and through. The only emotions that matter are his. And I'm sure that came through in the take me back text messages, but I don't know if we'll get any of those. We are up to current events now, so let's go ahead, dive on in. At the same time I threw out Naruto Headband, I was fighting to try and get Unfortunate to understand that she needs to stop competing with me about everything, and of course all of that was to no avail. We had a fight which was resolved by me apologizing that I just don't understand how truly helpful she is. You gotta make it stop, Greedy. You gotta stand there, be immovable, and just be like, look, I know I'm right about this, okay? You can be upset as much as you want, but the best you're gonna get is agree to disagree. How about that? I wanted to know if she really was helpful. I mean, I didn't believe it, but I was gaslit to believe it, and I had to be sure, so I wanted to test her. Oh boy. So I told her that I kicked out Naruto Headband and that we were on a break. I asked if she could come over to keep me company, and I would explain everything. Of course, Unfortunate was happier than a pig in shit, and she gleefully trash-talked Naruto Headband the entire walk over to my apartment on the phone, seemingly delighted that she could now tell me openly every single thing she hated about Naruto Headband. He's stupid, he's ugly, he's mean, his art sucks, he's bad in the sack, anything and everything. It was a mistake for me or anyone to ever choose him, yada yada yada. It would have continued forever, but alas, she was soon at my door. Are you sure you want to do this, OP? Just text her back and be like, oh, I forgot, I'm not home right now. I'm somewhere in purgatory. Vitriol, pity, petty backtalk, and spite is what little Unfortunates are made of after all. Oh my god, plural Unfortunates? No. No, say it ain't so. I don't know if the world is ready for that. When I knew she was coming over, I was terrified, much like a dog caught with the Christmas ham in my mouth on top of the dinner table. What scared me was that she might screw me up worse. I wanted to believe her harder than Mulder believed in something being out there. Oh my god, another X-Files reference. Greenie, have you been hanging out with Riptide? I wanted her to support me and be a good friend like she said she was, but I was scared of her influence over me, so to protect myself, I cut myself in a panic. It calmed me down enough to deal with her. I obviously don't recommend doing this to anyone. Self-harm is never worth it and always made me feel worse, but I just wanted to share that just to show how low and screwed up my headspace was at this point in my life. The calming effect wasn't really calm either. It was helping me achieve the numbness of not feeling anything, not really being present or caring. Yeah, purgatory, like I said, except I guess this is purgatory with more steps. I don't mean to joke about it. That's probably pretty tasteless. This was all ironic, of course, since the reason I got addicted to it in the first place was to lift said numbness, and as I said, of course, it is not worth it. Definitely not the way to deal with it, OP. Like, you invited her over. I don't understand. All you really got to do is look into your heart of hearts and be like, is she a friend that's worth keeping around? Unequivocally, no. Okay, I guess we don't need to keep her around. There's not like one last test to prove it once and for all. Just whatever, get out of here. I don't need you in my life. But unfortunately, Unfortunookie does come over, and I tell her about my self-harm in a relatively matter-of-factly and seemingly calm manner, much like I was just rattling off a grocery store shopping list. Openly, honestly, including how I've noted that it has become an addiction that's difficult to control or to stop, and that Naruto Headband's lack of support and caring about how poorly I was doing was why I threw him out, to give myself the space I needed to sort through my issues. If he wasn't going to be part of the solution, then he was part of the problem, and that was why we were, on break with him. No, not on break. You broke up. There's no coming back from this. It's over. And I don't know if he was like necessarily part of the problem. He's at least 50% of the problem. I'll give him that. But the other 50% of the problem is standing right in front of you. It's okay to cut people out of your life, you know? Scrape them off as far as I'm concerned. If you are worth the time and attention, then I'm gonna be right there with you. But if it's proving to be a chore, yeah, I ain't got time for that. I don't think anybody has time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But Greenie is ever the idealist, I suppose. Unfortunookie says,
Well, that's stupid of you. I would never stoop so low.
yeah, it's all about you. It's exactly what we'd expect. My brain 404'd on me again. Out of all people, she was telling me that self-harm is stupid. Like she was better than that. Miss bang my head on the wall and choke myself with silk lace and OD to get my way and threaten to kill myself at any perceived slight, who also broadcasted her self-harm online whenever it occurred. Did she just actually say that she would never stoop so low? She hadn't even noticed that I was hurting myself for months, and she paid zero attention to why I threw out Naruto Headband, choosing this as her hill to die on, being better than me, winning at self-harm. God. I don't even know why we have to go through the motions. How many black marks does it take before you're finally like, you know what? Maybe you are never gonna change. You're so close to slipping the noose, and I'm still cheering for you. For 25 parts, I've been cheering for you to do the right thing. Come on, give me some catharsis today. That is what I need. And OP says, what? Unfortunookie,
Why the fuck would you do that? Do you want me to call the valley for you?
This brought me back in a rage. OP, really, Unfortunate Nookie? Really? Unfortunate Nookie?
Well, you said it yourself that you don't know how to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is about the point where I completely lost my shit. I know I haven't done it much in the years that I've described putting up with all of this nonsense, but here we are. All right, 7 years, that's the magic number. I gotta say, it took you way too long, but we're finally here, so I'm grateful. I yelled at her, I don't need an institution. I need a friend to hear me out and understand that I'm hurting and freaking support me. You keep telling me that, hey, you're such a good friend, and I just don't understand. And yeah, you're right. I really don't understand how you can tell me to go get locked up instead of trying to talk with me. Just like you always complained that your mother did to you. The worst thing she ever did, you always told me. So how can you, of all people, try and do this to me? Unfortunate Nookie looked at me wide-eyed. I continued. You and I've been having a rough time, to say the least, and I wanted to know if you really gave a shit, or if I was just misinterpreting like you keep saying. So I called you over here to let you show me how much you care. And this is your response. This is how you care for your friends? By suggesting that they just fuck off and disappear? She looked angry, but still said nothing. Good. This is what she needed. Both barrels right in the face. Maybe this'll get her to catch a friggin' clue. I mean, that's pretty high hopes, but hope floats, I guess. Notice that this was anger, not her trademark kicked puppy ooh-woo face. I still gave not a single damn, though. OP, yeah, real good friend you are. Thanks! I'll consider getting myself locked up. Now get the hell out! And for once, she actually left. Oh, that is delicious. See, if we had just done this 5 or 6 years ago, we could have avoided the whole debacle, right? Sometimes you gotta peg people for what they are. Be like, you know what? I want you to change, but it doesn't seem like you're going to, and I'm not gonna waste any more of my time. Get out. Like I said in this episode already, scrape them off. You don't need that trash hanging around. For once, she actually left. Thank God. I made a mental note that I really should scream at her more often. And I also felt irritated that seemingly the only way to get my point across was by screaming. It was not how I wanted to go through life, screaming my head off just to get my point across. See, it sounds to me like you're scheming, like you're still friends in some form or fashion, and I can't sign off on any of that. I thought this was the end. One screaming match is all I need because now our friendship is completely over. No more interactions. Full stop. I'll be interested to see how she tries to creep her way back in, and also if OP allows her to do so. I'm taking bets on that. The next day, she, apologized. God damn it. Much like a fat kid would blame skinny people for why he's being called fat. Unfortunately, he said,
I'm sorry about what I said yesterday. I've come to realize that I'm not a girl.
what?
I'm not even a girl. I'm a pterodactyl.
She's just twisted it to find a way to make it about herself again. Honestly, if we were taking bets, I would have lost. I think everybody would have lost. Nobody would have seen this coming. Jesus Christ. My brain had a stroke again over this. In a long line of apologies or conversations that weren't going as well as I had hoped they would, this was going about as well as Tumblr DashCon. Nookie continued, as my brain was still rebooting from yet another flatlining.
If I didn't have these stupid hormones, I would have never said what I did to you yesterday.
Oh, it's the hormones. Is she really on hormone replacement therapy, or is this just another excuse? She's not fond of taking medication, that much we know. Oh, God, this rabbit hole just gets deeper and deeper. I just continued to blink at the Skype chat screen, trying to calculate whether I was more stunned or more enraged. Now it was Greenie's turn to sit there in shocked silence, I suppose. Unfortunate Nookie continued,
I hate how estrogen messes me up. I wouldn't be such a mess if I was a boy. I hate these goddamn periods.
He kept on shifting the blame onto being female and tried to get me to hate womanhood and blame all of this on titties and hormones with him. What? Is this for real? Jesus. It was the same as it had been for years. You would let Nookie know that, calling you a whore in front of other people kind of hurts your feelings. And then he'd say,
oh, I'm sorry for having such a shit childhood. That's why I insulted you.
You'd let Nookie know that, hey, saying I have no right to cosplay if I don't do that Street Fighter group cosplay that he wanted with him hurts my feelings.
Oh, sorry. I wouldn't have said that if I wasn't having such a bad day.
Yes, no matter the gender, it's still all about him, I guess. Nookie's childhood.
Bad day, bad life, having a bad mother, a person yelled at him earlier, being depressed, being a brat, being distracted by role-playing in a video game.
So that's why he called your relationship fucked up.
It was just the poor weather.
Anything and everything else other than Nookie himself was always to blame for everything that he did wrong. He was never responsible for his own actions. I let him go on explaining, in a weirdly sexist way,
how unstable all women are because they're on their periods, and that he too is but a poor, innocent victim of hormones.
Also, throwing in that little detail that he's finally going to stop shaving his leg hair because, yeah, obviously relevant, until he was finished. Yeah, that was how he had apologized. No, it's not good enough. 7 years we've been listening to nothing but excuses, and it's not good enough. Take some personal responsibility, would you? Finally, OP gives her reply. Funny, I have the same hormones, yet I would never do this to you, Nookie. He then started screaming that,
I'm a transphobe! Woe was him! OP's so unreasonable and mean and judgmental! He had apologized! How could I be so hateful?
He was yet again the victim of me insulting him instead of him apologizing for what it was that he had said to me. Yeah, transphobe, I think that's a reach. Is that the only reason you got on hormone replacement, so you could have another victim card to play? I gotta be very clear, that's not the case for everybody, but it is 100% something that I would never put past Unfortunate attempting to do. I'm still not even convinced that they're on hormone replacement therapy. You prove it to me. You show me your prescription first, and then maybe I'll believe you. And even then, it's still not a good enough excuse. And to prove what a transphobe I am, don't clip that out of context, we will be referring to Nookie from now on with either they, them, or he, him pronouns, or at least attempt to, Because in my language, she and he is only the one gender neutral noun for both of them, and I screw up a lot with English pronouns because, you know, my rude ass that can't respect a person's gender identity. Brute will go into how Unfortunate Nookie transitioned in more detail in her saga, but this is how Unfortunate Nookie presented it to me. You could say that I was less than supportive because I dare suggest it was not the best time or way to come out as trans. Because essentially they only did this as an excuse as to why Nookie thought I should be thrown into an insane asylum. This is way too deep for me, bro. I guess it is true. We've got multiple people corroborating this series of events. But yeah, it seemed really unbelievable to me because of how she chose to do it. And then the first thing out of her mouth when she reveals that she's transgender is calling her friend a transphobe. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? Jesus Christ. Also, funny little detail, this all happened while Unfortunate Nookie was dating Bear. Nookie didn't mention to Bear about being trans at all, in any way, shape, or form. Well, if you don't want to date me now that I'm a man, you're transphobe too. Like, no, dude, I have a preferred gender, okay? I'm sure I'd remember something like that, was Bear's comment. And Nookie complained to Fabulous Peacock that
Bear is not allowing him to transition. Woe was him. Bear just loves my tits too much.
we legit scrolled through Peacock's chat history with Nookie, and that is literally how he put it. I still wish that I was making all this up, but no. Apparently, one person can in fact be this much of a dumpster fire. I cannot even. But yes, he was so unfortunate. I'm having a hard time to wrap my head around all this. So this is a Legbeard story that has no more Legbeards left in it. We had, a 50-50 split, and then the Legbeard transitioned into a neckbeard. So should I still call it r/Legbeard stories? I don't even know, man. Jesus. As always, if there wasn't drama, then Nookie would make some drama. To Nookie, it really is as if people don't talk to each other and compare chat logs when your entire life is constantly lying to everyone about everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks he's like the center of the universe and all that type of stuff. So, of course, nobody's going to do anything when I'm not around. If anybody did anything at all, I would know about it. Simple. After kicking Nookie out, I tried talking to everyone that we knew. Vegan, Brute, Fabulous Peacock, Mimic, Bear. How do I tell Unfortunate Nookie to stop competing with me? I felt like I had lost my grip on reality. One reason being that no matter what I said to Unfortunate Nookie, he just refused to understand me. You thought a gender swap was gonna fix that? Nope. I felt like I must be doing this wrong somehow. If I can find the right way to tell Unfortunate Nookie to stop being a dick, then maybe I could resolve our issues. Stop it, OP. Just quit. It's over. Maybe I'm just not expressing myself coherently enough. That's at least what Nookie keeps saying the problem is. And I am always willing to reconsider whether I'm right or wrong. Okay, I'll play hypotheticals with you. So I took down all of everyone's advice on how to tell Nookie to stop competing with me and braced myself for round 2 of arguing with them. This was the last fuck that I had to give. If I couldn't get through to Nookie this one last time... Was it the last time? How many last times are there gonna be, goddammit? I know we're almost at the end, but I'm getting really antsy. I'm chomping at the bit for like the actual hammer drop. So yeah, this one last time where I had literally exhausted all my resources in an attempt to reach an understanding with them, I would be done with their ass. For reals this time? Promise me. I would finally be ready to admit that you could not love, understand, and explain dysfunction into function. I don't know why I was charging in one last time to go above and beyond for Nookie, but I did. I don't know why either, OP. I would have been done with all this years ago. But God bless you, ever the idealist. So I confront Unfortunate Nookie again to explain how I'm feeling. You guys think it's going to go differently this time? Let's place our bets. That I want him to stop putting me down and competing with me and copying everything about me, making me feel like he's taking over my life, that it's really draining and feeding into my self-destructive behavior. Nookie refuses to understand. Gasp, I'm shocked. Demands more specifics.
I have never intentionally done anything bad to you. It sure would be freaking helpful if you could help me understand what I supposedly have done wrong.
I hold out on the specifics because I know from experience that Nookie will just tear apart the details and derail the whole thing from the actual issue, and just guilt me by using those details to twist facts until it looks like I'm the one who's attacking Nookie for no reason at all. Yeah, after 7 years, I know how they operate, and I refuse to get bamboozled yet again. Oh, thank God for that. As the hours pass and I am making zero headway, hours? I thought this was going to be a 15-minute conversation. Why are you doing this to yourself? Make it stop. At this point, I get desperate. I get angry. Even laying it out straight was not working. Every single way to communicate that everyone else had offered was not working. So I tested, using Unfortunate Nookie's "I'll just kill myself" excuse on him, you know, for science. Just to see what happens if you speak Unfortunate Nookie's language. Bro, I love science. I can't wait to see the results. So yeah, I'll tell him that I'll just off myself and disappear to make it easier on everyone because I won't be around for everyone to have to deal with. Obviously, I'm just such a piece of shit for hurting them. I said it. She did say it. just constantly by existing. Nookie wouldn't have these problems if I was just dead, right? He'd be happy if I was gone, right? He could have my inheritance because I won't be needing it. Oh, that last line, he's probably drooling after that. He's like, yeah, all right, sounds like a plan. You drop that money off at my house, all right? Nookie's response was, of course, cold and callous. Upset I stole their thunder, they went,
"Why would you kill yourself? I'm killing myself to help you. What you're suggesting makes no sense."
You're not the one who's dying. I'm really the one who's dying. Oh, God. Can't we all just die? Which, morbidly hilarious for the ever-present lack of self-awareness, but it also killed off the last shreds of care that I had for Nookie. I really was nothing but an audience in their joke and theater of life. I mean, at least they didn't, bring up the inheritance and be like, that's a great idea. That's probably the absolute worst thing that you could say. But what they say is not that much better. I also tested the waters with their favorite
"Everyone agrees with me"
argument to see how they like it. As said, Nookie pasted chats of everyone to everyone else all the time to back up their own opinion, which is why I feel zero shame in sharing anything that Nookie has ever said to me. Nookie freaked out, much like when I stopped telling them my measurements and weights.
"Who is everyone?"
Nookie despaired in frustration, as if he intended to hunt down everyone to tell them the truth of what I was. My patience was wearing thin, and honestly, I was now enjoying screwing with him. If there could not be peace, then there would be endless fuckery. I'm all about it. That's basically what we're doing over here each and every day. I cannot overstate how much joy it brings me to be able to say that everybody knows what a piece of garbage Nookie is after these stories, and that I legitimately can't answer who is everyone anymore. It is thousands of people who have heard about you, unfortunate Nookie. Try as you might, there's no hiding your completely rotten core. You changed everything about yourself when you put your claws into a new victim. Yet, the petty jealousy, the entitlement, the constant lies and callous disregard for everyone in your life somehow always remains the same. It's who you really are and a part of you that you cannot or will not change. God damn, part of me hopes Unfortunate Nookie sees this and starts freaking out in the comments. That would be quite a thing to witness, would it not? Some gaslighting and how disjointed talking with Unfortunate Nookie was. Unfortunate Nookie would say,
When exactly did I say I hated you? Stop putting words in my mouth.
Rewind noises to when Unfortunate Nookie went,
Fix a lot, chick face. Now I hate you too.
I also have this screenshotted from when they actually originally said this. After some time, a girl learns to keep the receipts. I do vaguely remember that too. That's when I thought it was actually over. But this is the saga that never ends. Unfortunate Nookie.
Also, I've shown several of these conversations to a third party who said that, well, yes, I get overly defensive. You also talk to me in a really condescending manner, treating me like a child, then at the same time demand I behave like an adult.
OP, I want you to stay and talk with me about how you feel and also what you can maybe do to improve on things that I said hurt my feelings. Tell me why you maybe can't. Apologize that you never noticed that you do those things. Whatever it is that's been going through your head. The only thing I really hate about you is how you victimize and blame yourself for everything until the point that someone has to die. Could you just not do that? And maybe talk things through? Unfortunate Nookie.
Then suddenly you drop the, oh, this thing's been bothering me for so and so long on me. If you can't be honest with me, how the hell am I supposed to be honest with you? Would be nice if you actually said what was your point instead of giving me walls of text.
Yeah, she's not good at reading. OP, you compete with me instead of working together with me. You fight to win me and be better than me instead of just being with me. So please stop doing that. Yeah, pretty concise, but I think that is still going to miss the mark. Unfortunate Nookie.
I don't understand how I'm trying to win, because I sure am not doing anything of the sort deliberately. I was getting up to help you because I felt like I should, not to show off. You don't even try to think of my side of things, only how I'm trying to best you, when half those things are honest to God freaking mistakes, or me trying to be helpful, or not understanding the situation like you see it. If me existing is really making everyone so damn miserable, why can't you let me end it? You're better off without a piece of shit like me.
Hey, there it is again.
You can keep our mutual friends. I deserve to be alone.
Yep, it's all about you. Just shift the focus back towards yourself every time. OP. At this point, I'm not sure I can bring anything new to this conversation. I try to explain what's wrong and that I don't expect you to become someone else or change entirely, just to know how I feel and have a chance to maybe do something about it, while you paint yourself as the devil and twist my words and take yourself down to some really dark places and whatnot. And you basically wallow in self-hate over me asking you to try and be more considerate. Is it really that hard to take my feelings into consideration and maybe just not threaten to kill yourself? Yeah, that's a big ask. 7 years of this? I don't know, bro. This final argument ended like they all did, of course, when I, after hours of pointless arguing, caved. I told them specific instances where their behavior hurt me. Nookie denied them all and twisted every detail they could into them being the blameless victim of every situation. The misunderstood hero. Oh, woe was them in a cold and uncaring world. All they had ever done was sacrifice to help me. Is anybody still buying this? It feels like we're going around in circles, are we not? Have I ever told you the definition of insanity? Also, Nookie threw in a few good bamboozles by offering brand new information never before discussed, such as excusing their insanity with Curly, over 2 years after Curly happened, saying that,
oh, they left Curly because he cheated on them with some Latvian girl.
Because this was somehow relevant during our argument now about my relationship with Nookie. Derail. And also that
they've always hated physical contact.
Yeah, which is why they forced hugs and touched me all the time while living with me. The amounts of gaslighting were just insane. Because yes, this was relevant now that we were discussing our broken friendship. The only way to resolve the fight was the same as always. I took up that asshole mantle and apologized to them that I dared to feel hurt by what they had done. That or, Nookie offing themselves, and while I was starting to hate their guts, I still didn't want them to die. Well, I mean, there's the chink in the armor, I suppose. That is why there's 8 more parts, is it not? Because she just weaseled her way into that one little spot and opened it bigger and bigger until, hey, suddenly she's back inside and you're best friends again. At a certain point, you can't save people. All right, if that's your decision, if that's what you want to do, then I hold no responsibility over you, a completely separate person from myself. So good luck. I'm sorry you feel that way, but good freaking luck. Finally, after 2 arguments spanning over a month. Opie, stop it.
I thought this was the end. Stop it.
For hours on end, without getting them even once to just admit that they had hurt my feelings, let alone apologize for hurting my feelings. But apologize for opening my fridge or sneezing or having periods or for helping me. Only to have Nookie say that
they were such a piece of shit.
Hey, there it goes again. And they could commit sewer slide if all the nice things they have done were just
so hurtful.
And so I finally gave up. Come on, really? Really? You promised me, really? After 7 years, I was exhausted. Bro, me too, preach. Or even after just the latest 6 months, or the latest pointless argument. I had tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. I had used up every resource that I could think of. Even my considerable mental capacity was finally used up and dry. I could not get through to Unfortunate Nookie. I couldn't help them, and being their friend was killing me. And for real, they had taken every single opportunity to prove to me over and over again that they truly are a piece of shite. I talked to Fabulous Peacock, half crying and half in a rage. Peacock agreed with many of my grievances because she shared much of the same, even if not to the same extremes. I concluded with Peacock's support that I was at an impasse with Nookie. and she told me that it was okay that I was done with them. I had cut Nookie off before, but this time was finally it. I finally understood that I had no obligation here. I was not responsible for Nookie. Oh, hallelujah! 7 years! 7 years and freedom at long last. Jesus. Peacock also talked about the healing power of laughter, and we did manage to laugh at Nookie's nonsense despite how awful they were. And everyone I had asked for help on how to talk to Nookie knew that I was cutting them off and why. Everyone was sort of hoping that their advice would be the one that went through Nookie's exceedingly thick skull, and I had to tell everyone, nah, sorry, I got nothing. I also specifically said to everyone, I don't care what you do with Nookie. If you still want to be friends with him, by all means, I don't mind. I just can't do it anymore. I hope that you understand. And of course, everyone did. Boot the beard! Boot the beard! Boot the beard! Now, I'm not saying boof the beard, to be clear. I sent Nookie a text. OP, I've tried exceptionally hard and multiple times to get through to you. I've told you how you're hurting me and asked you to at least try to not do that. But you seemingly can't understand me, no matter how much I explain. I'm sorry, but we can't be friends anymore. This is it. I am done. Good luck with everything. This is our final goodbye. I don't even know if you needed the message. I would have just dropped him like a hot potato. Like, you wasted 7 years of my life. I ain't wasting another second even saying goodbye. They, of course, sent me multiple suicide threats over this, through text and Skype at the time, and also my 2 Facebook accounts, but I had stopped responding to them. This shit was over. I was finally done. I didn't block Nookie because him and Naruto Headband had filled my heads with the same garbage rhetoric that we could see in the Beard video when it comes to blocking people. Oh, even a reference to the Beard video. Bro, that's heavy. Did you edit this? It was Beard that long ago? It feels like it was just yesterday. In the next part, unfortunately,
Doesn't want to start any drama.
but of course gets all of our mutual friends involved. Cue the chat logs and the roasts. The long-awaited karmic justice is roasting in the oven, and soon we shall all feast. Remember, laughter is the music of the soul. If you can laugh at it, you can get over it. Also, aim to shower daily, cause it's good for you. Greenie, out. Good Lord, dude, that is something. I don't understand how it took so many years to finally come to this, but finally it has indeed come to this. It's some sort of catharsis, you know. We got a bit of a firebomb. It wasn't a baby beard level firebomb. I think Greenie could do with being a little bit more hard-nosed, you know what I mean? I often tell people that nobody is entitled to your time or attention, but I guess this was all happening before ReddX was even a thing, so I can't blame Greenie for not taking that advice to heart. Of course, there are still many, many parts of Unfortunate Nookie to go, but at least now we get the repulsion arc, you know, where we're trying to just keep Naruto Headband and Unfortunate Nookie away from the OP. Blocking them would have been a smart choice, but I guess there is some sort of reasoning for not doing it. I can't recall quite what it is in the Beard video. I don't even call her Beard because she wasn't even a beard. The OP was infinitely more beardy. But yeah, that is quite a video. If somebody would like to rewatch it at some point, I would recommend it. It's even more difficult to get through the next time. Anyways, I do hope that everything falls apart for Unfortunate Nookie and Naruto Headband. I guess we'll see how it goes in the coming parts. But yes, I feel like we did get a bit of catharsis, and finally, this whole nightmare is coming to a close. Maybe. Dun dun dun! I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share the video around. I would appreciate that. We also got links in the description, plugs, playlists, podcasts, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, all the things. We've also got my Patreon, of course, and I'd like to thank my patrons, Jerry much. So thank you.
Darth Thomas, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Logan Wolf, Conrad Ingy. Hey, Mr. ReddX, thanks for sending me them fun bucks. Landlord Jerry says my legs are safe for now. Think about Landlord Jerry, he comes back every month. There ain't no keeping that guy down. Captain Clown Jerry, Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Saruana Ash, Cinnamon Susie, For Old Lang Syne. Irari is back to this since it's just more fun. Yeah, I take that. Jari the Pirate, Silent Revolver, Jerry, the OG, Jerry, it's really him. Jerry Kitsune, Satori, 211 Jerry, the Fellowship of Jerry. Yeah, we got it right here. A Jerry of Jubilantly Juggling Jerrys, a Justy Jargonian Jerry, Alunia Demonista, Althea Blue, Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Aurora Wildheart, AXN Grizzly, Baby Jerry, oh, so cute, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy, Beards, oh, Jaws theme and beard noises, and then just eating Doritos at the end. Bitch Kremlin, Blade the Hero, Blip Blip Jerry, Catholic Jerry, formerly Atheist Jerry, but the Inquisition showed me the light. Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew, Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Dr. Larks, Emergent Jewel, fell down this pipe running from a walking mushroom thing, it's Mr. J, Frozen Over Studios, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Adrian BR, I can't help falling in love with Jerry. I'm Slim Jerry, yes, I'm the real Jerry, all you other Slim Jerrys are just imitating. Irish Pirates, top of the barn into ya. Itchy Nuts, just scratching, bro. A pimp named J Crisp, yes, you have to say the whole thing. J.M. Coon, Jennifer Schaefer, Jerry Smith Barbatus Cervicus, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker, honk honk. Jerry was a race car driver. I got my super back and we went round two, but my tires hit a bunch of marbles and it's pulling out. Yeah, that'll happen. Hope you're all right. John Hero, John, Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmidt, Simbufa, because if you boof it, it's free. KJW, Kajow, Crewhey, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, like and subscribe. That's a good one. Lady Dix, Marble Jerry was on their way to stop Comrade Jerry from dealing on their turf when their van was attacked by an STI. Oh, now we get the other side of the story. Melgar the Destroyer, Metal Factor. 9 out of 10 dentists agree that he is more metal than Arthur Henry, Jerry, Tom, and ReddX. Well, that's just not true. I agree with the 10th dentist. Mr. Carrot 797, Natari, Needless King 89, Nightmare Jerry. Oh no, Origami Steve hit Jerry with a bag of marbles after catching him cheating with Tom. That's why he's not Origami Jerry Steve anymore, see? They got a divorce, see? So sad when that happens. Patron Saint of Chicken Nuggies, Saint Jerry, Phantom of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Ramtide Lacrimates, Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Sassy Octopus, Silo Imp, slipped on a marble and into the Neckbeard world. Welcome to my world. Stables, aka Jerry Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, Tapioca Boogaloo, Teddy the Police, Tenta Monster, the Italian Greyhound, Dino, whatever, the Token Trans Queen Jerry, funny name pending. True Fusky, Tom, but it's the Jerry on the inside that counts. Church, Unbusy Bee, V3 Prime, welcome friend, Viking Jerry, Wikitac, Will Mags, Comrade Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, yes you are, welcome to the fold, you're a wizard Jerry, Redwind, not a Viper, Side Jerry the Cyborg, Saint's Blessing, a normal Jerry, JP, the best daily berry snack promise swears it's just a fact, it's totally science, and it's slightly toasted. Hunter of Jerry's, Devour of all things tasty, it's Tom, Admiral T-Tank, Amber Alder, Atomic Jerryzilla, Breaker of the Tom Army, AZ, Babsy Coon, Barbushka's Radiated Jam, Bartender Kirlia, Blue Dubs, Broken Spine Horseradish, but look, I made you some content, Dane, you're my favorite, open wide, Cake Jerry, yeah, that's original different Jerry right there, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Locked, Corporal Admiral Furry Warrior, Woo Jerry, Crip Titties, Defon Jerry, DM Beard, a roll for seduction, Dopamine Dane Jerryus, Electrical Fennec, Ghost of Alpha, Heeknot, Holy Berry Jerry, Hydra Jerry Solomons, Janitor Jerry, Feather Crater Cringe and Marbles out by the dumpster. It happens. Jeffrey, Geralt of Rivia, Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's Webby Apocalypse, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on, Jerry Aldo Rivera, you check out that mustache, Jerry being Yum, Jerry Roxas, yay, Jerry's STI pit maneuver the van to save the marbles. We're getting a lot of conflicting stories in here. Jerry role-playing game featuring the obligatory furry PC, Freddy Fazbeard, Judge Jerry and Executioner, Kid Marvelous, hey, it's King Tom, Smasher of Jerry Zillas, Kitsykin, Life of Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Chia, CD, maybe next time Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, One Leg Jerry makes a marble deposit at Dayton's bank. Bro, if I opened up a bank, I would embezzle so hard. Origami Cam, put your emotions on hold and let's talk about these nuts. Ghosty, Raptor Art, she's my Jerry Pie, go drink a Mountain Dew on a big surprise. Sheep Jerry working at Joanne's Fabrics, they don't carry marbles. Snary, let's stop Jerry, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the Jerry Fellowship of the Marble. Oh, we're going on a grand adventure. The Necro Jerry Com, the not gaslighting Jerry, there's no war in Red Sing Say. Some ReddX Industry branded marbles. The original Jerry is not the X card. Hey, welcome to Infinite Jerry and beyond. Tuna fish Jerry. Oh, the God. I keep trying to swim around, but I'm dummy thick. And the slap of my tail fins keeps alerting the bears. Tom promised. Jerry swears. Oh, no, bad Jerry. Tommy, good boy. Don't swear. It's just facts. So you size. Go ahead. Look it up. Might end up in another ReddX video. And big shout out to my $1 patrons as well.
End of the month is right around the corner, friends. We've had some pretty big Patreon people come through, and I am so grateful. We've got one more month left of the dark times on YouTube. I mean, all of Q1 is bad, but the first couple of months are really difficult. So I do appreciate your assistance with keeping everything running smoothly. I would love some more patrons, but if you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. It's a good idea. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.